Hi everyone, welcome to another online session. This is for my students of architecture. Others can kind of scroll down. Maybe you can hit that like, yeah. And if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon, right? Well, you see, I had been practicing and preaching as an architect for the past 2 decades across India and abroad. With my hands on experience in designing and building numerous projects, I've gained some real life insight which I keep sharing with my students of architecture. Today, I have with me a couple of my students who have done their design assignments. They're given a certain assignment problem, so now they have worked on it. Let's see what they have done and try to find out any issues that they have, right? So let's work out, like, say on Wednesday, since the plans are almost like ready for all of you, I guess. Okay, প্ল্যানগুলো তো মোটামুটি সবার ঠিক আছে, সো ওয়াই নট অন ওয়েডনেসডে ইচ ওয়ান অফ ইউ জাস্ট শোকেস ইউর প্ল্যানস, একটু প্রপারলি ফরম্যাট করে, একটু টেক্সট লেখা ঠিক করে, উইথ ফিউ কাপল অফ ডাইমেনশনস, ফরম্যাটিং ইন আ শিট, জাস্ট কাইন্ড অফ প্রেজেন্টেশন ফরম্যাট। সেটা করা সম্ভব? ক্যান ইউ গাইজ এভরিওয়ান ডু ইট?
Okay, sir.
I mean, you need to be on the same page. সবাই যদি করতে পারে, then we'll keep it on Wednesday. Otherwise, we'll take it to next Monday. I mean, as per your choice, because we have only Monday and Wednesday, right? So on Thursday, is it okay? Because you still have 2 days in between. Tonight you can work. Tomorrow you can work whole day. Tomorrow night, day after tomorrow night. Then Thursday in the afternoon we'll again sit together. So there's a lot of time, right? So at least if you can, make your plans. Final plans, okay, in a kind of a presentable format, which will be more or less final.
Sir.
Because আমরা তো এবার discussion we have done already. We have done a lot of discussion, right? You guys also know what are the pros and cons of doing what and what. I mean, কি করে পার্কিং দিলে, কোথায় পার্কিং দিলে, কোথা থেকে এন্ট্রি হলে ভালো হবে, কোথায় আমার কিভাবে আমার প্রাইভেট জোন, আমার পাবলিক জোন সেপারেট করা যাবে, কি করে ইনডোর স্টেডিয়ামটা কোথায় করলে ভালো হবে, কোথায় মেন স্টেডিয়ামটা করলে ভালো হবে, হোয়াট উইল বি দ্য সার্কুলেশন পাথ, হোয়াট উইল বি দ্য ফাংশনালিটি, সব মোটামুটি তো ডিসকাস হয়ে গেছে সবই। হ্যাঁ, এবার মোরলেস এদিক ওদিক সামান্য কিছু চেঞ্জেস হচ্ছে, আদারওয়াইজ তো ঠিকই আছে। সার্কুলেশন কি করে হচ্ছে, ইউডি নাও ইউ আর ওকে উইথ। So you can present on Thursday the plans, right? And যাদের প্রেজেন্ট মানে প্ল্যানসগুলো হয়ে গেছে, অ্যাকচুয়ালি মানে কমপ্লিট হয়ে গেছে, আর বেশি কিছু চেঞ্জেস করবার নেই, probably they can start with the elevations as well. And maybe next week we'll have a elevation deadline, maybe on next Monday. What do you say?
যতগুলো ফ্লোর আছে সব
সব ফ্লোরেরই see, other floors are very typical and it will be not much of a issue. Ground floor along with the your indoor game stadium and the primary stadium and the master plan, ওটাই নিয়ে তো আমরা এতদিন ডিসকাস করছিলাম, and more or less ওগুলো তো ঠিক হয়েই গেছে। Site plan, one is your site plan along with the ground floor plan of your main stadium and your sub stadium, that is the indoor game stadium. এই দুটোকে যদি ফাইনালাইজ হয়ে গেছে, তো এই দুটোকে একটু প্রেজেন্টেবল ফরম্যাটে করা সম্ভব না? একটা ড্রয়িং শিটের ফরম্যাট করে একটু there will be certain border with name plate and everything, with dimensions, proper dimensions, a little bit of landscaping done with proper text, সবকিছু করে, তো as if like you will be submitting finally. তো সেটা করলে কি হবে, you guys will be ready. There will be some level of readiness. Now there is nothing. এবার কিছু there are small drawings here and there all over the AutoCAD. So that should not be the case. Okay, so এটা by Thursday you guys target কি আমাদের এই কয়েকজন মিলে আমরা এটাকে করব। What do you say? Site plan is the primary thing that you have focused on as of now. Is it not so? You are focused firstly on the site plan, তার layout of the parking, layout of the main stadium, layout of the primary access and layout of your indoor games, এইগুলো তো মোটামুটি করা আছে। তো try finishing as much as possible of the site plan by Thursday. যারা আজকে দেখাচ্ছে না তারা থার্সডেতে দেখাবে, আর যারা অলরেডি দেখানো হয়ে গেছে বা আজকে যারা ডিসকাস করতে চাইছো তারা সাইড প্ল্যানটা নিয়ে মোটামুটি একটা ফাইনালাইজেশনের জায়গায় যাবে থার্সডেতে। ওকে, ডান?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Okay, so then on Monday you target the rest of the plans, একটু বিল্ডিং এর ফুটপ্রিন্টের ডিটেইলস উইথ ডাইমেনশনস, উইথ লেজেন্ড, উইথ হুইচ রুম ইজ হোয়াট ইজ দ্য সাইজ অফ দ্যাট পার্টিকুলার রুম, তার একটা ফরম্যাটিং করা, কাইন্ড অফ প্রেজেন্টেবল ফরম্যাট। নাকি অটোক্যাড খুলে দিলাম, হঠাৎ করে এখানে একটা ড্রয়িং, ওখানে একটা ড্রয়িং, এদিক থেকে জুম করছে, দিস গেটস কমপ্লিটলি কনফিউজিং ফর নট অনলি মি বাট অলসো দেন ইফ ইউ হ্যাভ আ ইন্টারিম ডেডলাইন, কি যাদের অলরেডি কাজ এগিয়ে গেছে, দে উইল target the final site plan. ওকে, লাইক কার কার হয়ে গেছে, সালামের হয়ে গেছে, বসুদা হয়ে গেছে, সৌরিকের হয়ে গেছে, আর কার হয়ে গেছে বল?
স্যার কি সাইট প্ল্যানের কথা বলছেন?
সাইট প্ল্যান
স্যার আমারও হয়ে গেছে দেখানো, মানে
অঞ্জলি হয়ে
যা যা
গেছে।
বলছিলাম।
হ্যাঁ, অঞ্জলি হয়ে, আর কে বাকি আছে? আর কার হয়ে গেছে? অন্বেষা হয়ে গেছে। অনিন্দিতা কি হয়ে গেছে?
প্ল্যানটা দেখানো হয়েছে।
ওকে, সো সাইট প্ল্যান মোরলেস যাদের হয়ে গেছে, সো দে টার্গেট ফাইনাল সাইট প্ল্যান অন থার্সডে, ঠিক আছে? অ্যান্ড যাদের দেখানো একটু বাকি আছে আজকে এবং থার্সডের মধ্যে দে উইল শো অ্যান্ড দে উইল টার্গেট টু ফাইনালাইজ বাই মানডে, আর রেস্ট অফ ইউ উইল টার্গেট বাই মানডে অল প্ল্যানস কমপ্লিট, ঠিক আছে? ডান? ওকে, কি?
হ্যাঁ
Yes,
স্যার,
sir.
ঠিক আছে।
Okay, great. So you want to discuss anything? Any doubts you have? Anything you want to discuss? Yeah, Vasudha, you are asking something. Tell me.
Yes, sir. So I was asking about the exact materials we can use in the roof of the stadium. Means the structure of the roof of the stadium.
One thing is it depends on with what material the stadium itself is getting built. Okay, so we have various kinds of construction technology. The primary one that is used in across all our residential buildings is your concrete construction, right? RCC construction. So that is number one, which can be done. But in a stadium kind of a scenario where there are huge spans, the loading is high, right? So there are bending moment happening all around, and the deflection of those the huge spans and beams, and your requirement is different. So you'll probably can go for a steel building construction. So steel buildings are coming up these days in a big way. So a lot of commercial buildings, due to time constraint, they go for steel building. There was a project in Bangalore I was a part of, so I was the principal architect there in that particular project. So this is a contemporary company to Microsoft. It's called NetApp. It's right in the heart of Bangalore, and they had come up with this particular campus. It's a 15-acre campus, out of which the phase 1 development was completely done in steel, right? So there was this 10 lakh square feet building, out of which 5 lakh square feet was above the ground and 5 lakh square feet was below the ground, right? So both, either it is above the ground or below the ground, can be done in steel. And it was phenomenally fast kind of a construction. It was done by JSW Steel. So they had huge spans, free open spaces, and it was very good only for being done in steel. If you they started with the mindset of whether they would go for conventional kind of a RCC construction or any other kind of a construction. So what was finalized was, if you go for steel, you will not only save in time but also save in money in way. Steel building construction upfront has a larger capex than other RCC constructions. Okay, the cost is higher, but what happens when you compare with the time? If you save the time is money, right? So if you save the time, you save in money. The faster you can roll out a business, the earlier you start earning your revenue, and you get back the money that you have already invested. So this is one of the iconic kind of projects, and lot of other projects across the country are doing this particular practice, and mostly in larger and huge span of buildings this is getting done. There's another kind of a construction which is called the composite kind of a construction, where you not only use the RCC style but also the steel style. So you take both of them together and use wherever it is necessary. So wherever there are larger spans, you probably use steel girders and joists. Wherever there are smaller span, you use RCC. Wherever there are staircase lift course, you use RCC. So if you can have a mix and match kind of a scenario, you can also use not only steel but also RCC. Now the question is, exactly what will you do if you want to cover up the entire roofing system? For roofing, you need only to go to steel, right? You can have huge steel trusses, which is the conventional way of going into steel. There are other methodologies in which you can have a roof without any kind of inner support. The roof itself is self-supporting. I'll show you a couple of examples where there is a self-supporting roof system which allows you to have so huge spans that it is unimaginable not only in concrete but also in steel, right? Without having a huge depth, because as you know, the more the span, the depth of the structure or the beam would be that much, right? It's proportionate to that.
Yes.
So but this particular member, it defies that particular logic. It is because the kind of material and the flexibility that particular material has, you can cover a huge lot of a span. So I'll show you a couple of examples. Just check out. So here you have, firstly, if you're talking about fabric, right? You have seen a lot of spaces, like for instance, City Center 2, right? The central courtyard, if you look up, it is covered by a huge fabric structure. Okay, so fabric is something which you probably can use in such kind of a scenario, not only for the bigger stadium but also for the indoor game stadium, right? A lot of huge spans you can cover with fabric. If you talk about supporting with steel, these are the kind of structure that you would see underneath. So it will depend on what kind of a look and feel of the building that you desire to have, right? What do you want to see from within your building will dictate what is the kind of structure that you will be applying on top of it. All right, so if it is steel, you will have such girders and joists, right, which will be of huge depths. Of course, the depth will be lesser than your concrete depth, but this is what it is, right? So then if you talk about concrete, this is what it is. You can have coffer slabs of various kinds. I mean, if you see the first picture, it is a long span structure, and second coffer slab, you have seen coffer slabs. So it will be something like this. On this side, you can see a couple of more of them. Large span roofing system for stadiums particularly are a combination of both across all over the world. As you can see, either it is steel, or it is fabric, or it is concrete in lot many places. This particular Wembley roof of this stadium, you see, this is also a combination of this. It resembles the nested panels that partially retracts over the seats to allow daylight. So there is a retractable panel on top of it. It can be done. So a lot of possibilities are there, right? So you have such structures in Singapore if you go, and it is also in England, right? I'll show again another structure is there, which is I was talking about this. Yeah, this is called a self-supported roofing sheet. Okay, it does not have such huge depth of any beam because it doesn't have any beam at all, right? So what are the raw materials? It's a color coated steel sheet of grade of coil. It comes in a coil form, right, of 300 MPa as minimum. Steel thickness is 0.85 to 1.6, right? The roofing designs are mostly like curved designs as per your requirement. You can have a curved profile, a simple curve bolt like this, or you can have a curve of a different kind of, as you wish, right? So they will make it as per your requirement. This is Alpha PEB Limited, pre-engineered buildings. PEB is pre-engineered buildings limited. This is one of the guys who does this. There are numerous other people or other companies who support this self-supported roofing sheet. Okay, you probably can explore this one. This is a very good one. It is a very lightweight, cost effective, right? Very easy to execute. It's just self-supporting. There's nothing else, you know. Do you see here? Are you able to see this image? It's supported just on either side, and there is nothing in between. Okay, so self-supporting roofing are manufacturing from color-coated galvanium color-coated galvanized coils of thickness 0.85 to 1.6 mm. Issue is that if you have such kind of a coffer slab or maybe structures like this, there are cases we have seen birds nesting, which is not possible in this kind of a scenario. So it is easy to maintain as well, very durable, long lifespan. It is like almost 25 to 30 years. Yeah, so you can put it up on many things like auditoriums, exhibition halls, convention centers and all, right?
So,
okay, so you can explore
yes.
this one, is what I'm trying to tell you.
So if I choose a steel structure for my stadium, so the width and the length of the columns I have given for a concrete structure, obviously that will be a little lesser.
Yes,
I have given my columns like around 750 into 500, so that will be a little lesser for steel structures.
Yes, you are right. It will be lesser than that. There is no fixed thumb rule. It also depends on the entire loading scenario of what is going to happen there. So if you keep standard size of 750 or maybe 700 to 1 meter, it depends, right? So it is okay, because right now you are not required to design the structure. Just keep a space which is feasible to have a column and a kind of a grid which is supposed to hold up this particular structure. So that is good enough, right?
So that was my point because I
For
haven't
example,
yet
if you see
started.
this particular structure, yeah, if you see this structure, you see a huge span. You can see an entire
Yes.
small building under the structure, and that building is completely covered with this. But when you look at the truss that is there is a truss on top of it, right? It has a certain depth, right?
It has a depth.
Yeah. So students, as you are designing this particular sports complex, the first step for you will be to decide what activities you are planning to host. By knowing what sports you want people to play at your particular facility, you can start developing your sports complex design concept. Since each sport requires a different type of field or a particular court, you will need to ensure your sport complex has the appropriate space and facilities. Consider some of these sports what you may want to include in your outdoor as well as indoor sports complex design. For instance, you can go for basketball. Now, regarding basketball, basketball is played everywhere, from neighborhoods with a single hoop to full-grown gyms. A variety of sports complexes can host basketball courts, as the game can be played outdoors on concrete pavement and indoors on specially done wooden floors. Basketball courts are an excellent addition to any particular sports complex that you have, as they can be used for picking pickup games, local leagues and tournaments or stuff like that. Coming to football, maybe through football it is often dwarfed by basketball. Basketball and football, in terms of the attention that tends to be given their professional league, it's a still very popular game. Youth league, schools and other groups all play football in this particular sports complexes that are there. The high school football field may be somewhere between 100 to 120 years long and maybe 55 to 80 years wide. So you'll need to plan to have plenty of space outdoors in the space that you are trying to develop. Yeah. Then, for instance, going for tennis, the game of tennis can be played on a variety of surfaces, but clay, grass, hard and carpet courts are most common. Hard courts are regularly thought as the best due to their ease of maintenance, durability and user friendliness. In addition to determining which games are going to be played at your sports complex and ensuring you have the space for the appropriate fields and courts, your complex will also need to consider adding facilities that complement the sports that are going to be played. Locker rooms are often favorable in the sports complexes which you need to give, since they give athletes a place of safety for their stuff that they bring in, to store their belongings while they play the game. These locker rooms are often paired with bathrooms to give visitors a private space to use their restroom, take a shower and get changed, to go to the pool or other facilities maybe. Of course, bathrooms are also needed throughout your sports complex to make sure you can accommodate the need of the visitors or the players that are there. Yeah. For more ambitious facilities, like the one particularly we had designed recently, the pools, you can provide swimming pools, which are often that amenity can bring in more people to that particular sports complex. Pools can be indoors as well as outdoors. It can either have a cover on top or maybe not, with areas for people to sit around them to sunbath and relax also. Some sport complexes will also have an indoor gym area that house weights and other workout machines. Deciding on your amenities will largely come down to the people you're trying to attract to your sports complex. Ensure that your sports complex has the facilities, courts and other amenities needed to give your target, the audience, the best experience possible. Consider the needs of players as well as the spectators. Ensure that your sports complex has the facilities, courts and other amenities needed to give your target audience the best experience possible. Right? As an architect, what more should you desire? This is it. Knowing how to start a sports facility often comes down to the type of people using it. Who are the people? Who are your user group for whom you are designing? Generally, you will have to have the players, the spectators, and people like that, the staff, the facilities that are there. For instance, players, right? Having the courts, fields, and equipments that players need is crucial for their satisfaction. For example, basketball players won't want to come to a complex if you have a single basketball court, as they will want a full court with two baskets. Besides having high quality areas for games, you may also want to think about if players will require changing areas, locker rooms, specialty parking, among similar other facilities. For the spectators, though players often get the most attention, it's also important to take your spectators' comfort and needs into account. Complexes that regularly host tournaments and other events that draw crowds will want to consider adding seating for the fans, accessible parking for large buses, vans, and snack booth and convenience stores and stuff like that. The members? Yeah, your members will be the user base that has higher expectations than regular spectators or players who may use your facility as guests or at the tournaments. Your members will likely expect fitness facilities to be available when tournaments are taking place. They'll also expect a smooth check-in process, convenient parking, clean locker rooms, and other amenities that make them more comfortable. Yeah? To help your design, try to answer some of the questions which you probably can note this down, when determining how to improve your visitors' experience the most and how to meet their needs. Ask yourself, who is going to use this particular complex? What sports will be played here? Will there be memberships? Are the facilities indoors, outdoors, or both? What will make an athlete's experience more enjoyable? How many fields or courts per sport should be there? These questions might not be exhaustive. You should think aloud and try to reflect and ask such questions similar to this and try to find the answer. Finding the answer in a research kind of a mentality is a process which architects should be developing at your particular stage, being the students of architecture. Having said all of this, I strongly believe that an architect will always be a student, constantly learning, because there is a lot to learn. Let me know your thoughts, your comments, your views right in the comment box below. I'll get back to you. See you.